This weekend at the Texas Motor Speedway, May 5th, 6th, 7th, is the DUX Expo. It's put on by DUX Unlimited, and we're talking with Logan Nevins. I want to talk about how they built a shooting range in the parking lot. This Gun Talk Nation is brought to you by Remington Ammo, 4 Patriots, Range Ready Studios, Arms Corps, and Silencer Central. Welcome into Gun Talk Nation. Today on the show. So I'm going to give my story before we really jump into this. And welcoming in Logan Nevins from DUX Unlimited. Welcome in, man.
Thank you. Appreciate you having me.
So Logan is on location in the Dallas-Fort Worth area from the Texas Motor Speedway. Why in the world are we going to talk NASCAR on Gun Talk Nation? Not exactly. So I was just telling Logan, back in 2019, I went out for a little media event with DUX Unlimited to that area to talk about this idea they had, this event they were putting on called the DUX Expo, DUX. And it sounded really cool, a whole thing happening in the Texas Motor Speedway. And then COVID happened, and which it screwed up a lot of things, especially events. And so, Logan, finally, you guys are doing, is this the second or third one?
This is the third year.
Okay, third year. And I want to talk about the guns and the range and what you guys have done with that. But first off, just tell people, what is the DUX Expo? What do they need to know?
Yeah, so the DUX Unlimited Expo, or DUX, as you mentioned, is a 3-day hands-on consumer show, and it's here at Texas Motor Speedway. It's coming up this coming weekend, May 5 through 7. And it's basically anything outdoors. So if you like to, shoot guns, or if you like to come out and you can test drive ATVs and UTVs from leading manufacturers, you can watch dog demonstrations. One of the cool things this year is the incredible dog challenges coming to the event with Purina. So there's a lot of things for everybody if you're an outdoor enthusiast. So it's pretty much everything you can think of is going to be here.
And this is happening like inside the Speedway?
Yeah, that's correct. So the bulk of the activities happen inside the Speedway Oval, so inside the racetrack here, and then our shooting village ranges and all that stuff happens out in the parking lot outside. So there'll be tram systems and stuff to get you back and forth, but the majority of things happen inside the Speedway themselves.
So if you've never been to Texas Motor Speedway, you go there and it is not in the middle of nowhere. I mean, it's like on the north side of the Dallas-Fort Worth Metro, but I mean, there's hotels, there's gas stations, there's restaurants, there's all kinds of stuff, right, Logan?
Yeah, absolutely. There's definitely a lot around here compared to it was when they first built this place, for sure.
It's probably the metro area has grown up and near it, right? Grown around it.
Yeah.
But what's wild to me is when it was described at first, and I need you to walk us through this, because you guys had, I think, a brilliant idea to say, no, we don't want to just show guns. We want people to be able to shoot guns at this event, knowing that there's not a shooting range. So you guys created one in the parking lot, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So, that's one of our big components with this show, is that real hands-on experience, and not only having that hands-on experience, but then being able to buy those products right there. So the shooting range was a big component of this for us. So we talked to the Speedway and tried to figure out a way that we could make this work. And there's a big parking lot here at the Speedway out on the west side of the facility, and it's this big grass parking lot area. And we said, well, what if we built a big, 25-foot tall berm that we could use as a backdrop for rifles and pistols and stuff, and then also have a shotgun range and do it safely. So we brought in 450 some truckloads of dirt and built this giant berm, and was able to put together a range to where you can shoot shotguns, you can shoot handguns, you can shoot rifles, you can have a 300-yard range. So we've got a lot of different cool things that people can do, and it's not something you would expect to do at a Speedway by any means.
It's so freaking cool. So don't I recall that the parking lot is not simply flat, right? So they kind of had to basically go around. I mean, I don't know how many how many parking spaces go around the speedway. It's a lot. It's huge.
Yeah.
But they go around and they found an area where there was like a natural rise. Is that correct?
Yeah, so we found kind of the natural sweet spot for the rise and different things to make it as safe as possible. And you're right, there's more parking here than Disney World. It seems like it's crazy how many people they can park at this place. So for us to be able to carve out a small section of that to use as a range was a really cool thing.
Really cool. All right, so look, we're going to take a quick break. After the break, I want to talk about what gun companies are going to be there.
Yeah.
4patriots.com is all about being prepared. Survival food, water, power, and solar. Well, gas generators poison thousands of Americans every year, but the Patriot Power Generator is a new, portable, safe, silent, and 100% fume-free solar generator. Quiet as a laptop, powerful enough for your fridge. Get 10% off when you make your first purchase at 4patriots.com by using code GTN. That's GTN like Gun Talk Nation. Get the Patriot Power Generator from 4patriots.com today. New from Ruger, well, it's not that new, but it's newish still. This is the gun I was carrying this weekend on a bike ride, the Ruger LCP Max. LCP size, so very small, 380 ACP, but max meaning more capacity. 10+1 rounds in the same footprint as the LCP2. Compact, lightweight. That's why I was carrying it on the bike ride. I was able to put it in a pocket holster, put it into my shorts, good to go, and no one knows it's there. So I like that option. Go check them out over at Ruger.com. Range Ready Studios, we have training classes, and let me tell you about some of the ones coming up. We have a concealed carry tactics class on May 12th. This is not a permit class. This is a tactics class that will prepare you for if you have to use your concealed carry firearm. We also have a first-person defender experience May 25th, May 26th. You're going to get to run through real-life self-defense scenarios and practice and see what you do and get some training. We also have a 2-day ladies-only handgun class, June 1st, June 2nd. You can learn more at rangereadystudios.com. Arms Corps, Rock Island Armory, bringing out a lot of different products and a lot of value-priced products. One of the ones that's kind of new still that I think is just cool, lever action in 410, 20-inch barrel, wood stock. It just has a classic look, but a 410 lever action, nothing like a lever action. Yes, 20-inch barrel, compact. It has 5+1 capacity, white front dot, adjustable rear sight, sling attachment, classic feel. But what you can do with this, you could do turkey hunting, you could do self-defense, you could do target shooting, all kinds of stuff. And lightweight, easy to carry around. It's also California compliant, Maryland compliant, Massachusetts compliant. So if you are a parcel that lives in one of those states, you can get one of these. Go check them out over at armscorps.com. So Logan, let's talk about what gun companies are going to be there. What can people expect to be able to shoot?
Yeah, absolutely. So we've got a lot of great firearm manufacturers coming out here for this event. All of your kind of leading manufacturers you recognize really heavily, you know, the Benellis, the Brownings, the Berettas, the 3Bs, as you call them. And then things like CZ, we've got HK, Springfield, Taurus, Savage. I mean, the list goes on, FN, Mossberg. There is such a wide variety of not only manufacturers, but just overall products from the firearm world that you can come out here and test out and then make purchases on. Through our partners with Reed Sports, that if you come out here and you can't find something to shoot, then I don't know if it's out there, because there's a lot of stuff here.
So what is the partnership with Reed Sports? How does that work?
Yeah, so Reed's is a great partner of ours for DU as a whole. And they work with us. They come down here for this event, and they work with the manufacturers to provide an opportunity for attendees to try the firearm and then purchase them. So if you come out here and you shoot a firearm and you really like it, you can actually purchase it from Reed's. They'll do all the processing and things, and then they actually ship it from their headquarters right after the event to an FFL of your choice in your local region. So if you're from another state, they'll ship it directly to that FFL in your hometown to be able to go and pick that gun up right there where you live. So they're running a bunch of crazy, great deals and working with those manufacturers. So it's a really cool opportunity that we have out here.
So they can shoot the gun. It's a try before you buy situation.
Absolutely.
That's awesome. That's really cool.
Yep.
Now, and people think, well, DUX Unlimited, duck hunting, shotguns, but there's pistols and rifles as well. And you're going to get hands-on. What else? And I remember hearing this because obviously you guys have the DU banquets across the country all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody told me that DUX Unlimited is like one of the biggest buyers of guns in the country. Is that right? Something like that?
Yeah, I don't know exactly what the proper term would be, if it's one of the largest purchasers or if we just handle so many. But now that we've worked with Reeds, and there's some different things that we do for that, but that we do move a lot of firearms through our events every year. It's a very large component for us and our mission to raise money. And we do move a lot of guns through different channels at DU. Yeah.
And I will say, I feel like the DUX Unlimited banquets can be a place where sometimes you can pick up some deals, whether that's a gun or a hunt, when others may not realize how cool it is to go shoot doves in Argentina. You can sometimes find some deals out there.
Yeah, absolutely. We try to offer a wide variety of experiences, of products, not only at this event at DUX, but at all of our events and different things that we do across the country.
So tell them, I mean, we've kind of alluded to it, but I just want to make sure we get this in there. When and where and how do they attend?
Yeah, absolutely. So again, it's this weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, May 5th through the 7th here at Texas Motor Speedway. So Friday, it's from noon to 6. The gates are open. Saturday is 9 to 6, and then Sunday is 9 to 4. You can pre-purchase tickets on our website at duxexpo.com, or you can just show up on site and purchase your ticket at the gate. It's a very inexpensive ticket, so it's $10 for adults. Kids 12 and under are free. And then we also do a really cool thing of free admission for first responders, military, that kind of thing too, to kind of get back there and show our support for those that support us.
Very cool. All right, one more quick break, and then when we get back, I want to talk more about DU and what you guys are up to these days. How about a deal from Sig Sauer? You don't see that every day. Sig Sauer, there's a promotion going on right now. When you buy either a new P320 pistol or the P365 pistol and any 2 boxes of Sig ammo from now through June 30th of this year, you will get a $60 web store credit. So you can go on the Sig web store. They've got all kinds of stuff, magazines, holsters, lights, lasers, all kinds of stuff. And you can also get a deal even if you buy 1 box of Sig ammo. So you can learn more over at sigsauer.com and take advantage of this deal. Hey, if you're thinking about buying a silencer and you're going, I don't know, the process, the paperwork, all that stuff, go over to Silencer Central. SilencerCentral.com. They make it easy to buy a silencer. And they have their own silencers they can sell you. From rimfire, rifle, pistol, shotgun. They even have integrally suppressed and big bore rifle silencers. So yes, even the big old 4570, put your Banish 46 on it. It'll do the job. But most importantly, they make it easy to buy the silencer itself, which I appreciate because I'm a guy who doesn't like paperwork. Just go to silencercentral.com to learn more. We all say we need more trigger time. But I understand you don't want to burn through all your ammo and it's expensive to get lots of trigger time. Well, let's go old school. Let's go back to the basics. Let's talk about rimfire. Remington.com, Remington ammo. The 22 golden bucket of 22 long rifle, 36 grain. How many shots? 1,400 shots for $135 on their website. I mean, come on. Under $150, you're getting 1,400 shots. And there are so many guns these days that replicate your big full-size guns, whether that is a pistol or an AR style 22 or a bolt gun 22. And this is the time where you can really get tuned up, whether it's a concealed carry application or it could be getting ready for hunting season and you want to get that trigger time in. This is a good way to do it. It still is. And you can still actually shoot stuff. It's a little bit more fun than dry firing. So go over to Remington.com and fill up on 22 rimfire. So during the event, you guys have some special demonstrations and things that are beyond just walking through and looking at cool gear and shooting guns. What else is going to be happening at DUX this weekend?
Yeah, so aside from being able to come and try out firearms yourself, we've got some really cool things like Travis Mears will be here. He's a really great trick shooter. He does a couple shows a day where he shoots a bunch of fruit and he does all these crazy, demonstrations and stuff. That's really cool. And then we also have a really new thing this year called the Chetur Hearing Hunters Challenge. So it's for anybody that wants to participate. It's a raffle, and you can come and shoot some different hunting scenarios. So things like shooting out of a John boat for those that may have never experienced that kind of thing before. And you can shoot those different experiences. And then there's a bunch of different prizes and things that we're giving away. And Tetra's giving away a custom molded waterfowl edition of their hearing protection. So that's a really great prize too. So something that's really cool there.
That's fantastic. Yeah, I like what Tetra and some other companies are doing, because so many people do not wear hearing protection when they're hunting. And, I get it. They want to hear all the things, especially like duck hunting, right? I want to be able to hear the birds working, but the electric muffs, they work great. But for me, it messes up my mount on shooting shotguns. The muffs can be hitting into the stock. So I like these. I mean, Tetra has a background in hearing aids, and the custom ones that you're talking about, those are pretty fancy.
Yeah, they're very very impressive, and they'll be here too with a booth, not only being a part of that challenge, but they'll have a booth where you can come in and try out, and they'll custom fit you and everything right here on site. You can even use them on the range to kind of see some real life, opportunity with those hearing protection pieces. So that's a really unique component too.
Yeah, I like that they've tuned those earbuds, I guess I'd call them, to kind of work in the outdoors, and they have different settings. So, I mean, turkey hunting, I know this isn't like Turkeys Unlimited, but I mean, turkey hunting, great for that. And with turkey hunting, you certainly need to be able to hear what's going on, and even that enhanced hearing is a big deal. What else do they need to know, Logan, before we let you get back to setting up? I know you guys are probably busy.
Yeah. So a couple things, in the shooting village, we've got a couple really unique opportunities. So last year, Benelli had the SBE 28 gauge, and that was kind of the first ability. Like, this was the first place you could shoot it in the country. So kind of going off of that, this year, Benelli, as you probably are aware, kind of revamped the M2 and totally redid that for 23. So this will be the first chance you'll get to shoot that, as well as a brand new Montefeltro. So that's going to be out here and going to be really cool. And CZ is going to have their mobile display trailer that's going to be all decked out and really cool, kind of a mobile display room. And then, like I mentioned before with Reeds, they do a lot of really great, specials of, 10% off and things like that. They also do a little bit of a kickback to the ducks. So every time you make a purchase, it also helps support, waterfowl and wetland conservation through us. And they run a once a year. It only happens at DUX CZ exclusive pricing. So if you're looking for any CZ models, it's only going to be this cheap once a year at DUX. So take advantage of that opportunity. They can get you hooked up there.
And if Dave Miller from CZ is there, you can steal a couple tips from him. Go like, Dave, what am I doing wrong? Why aren't I hitting these targets?
Yeah, he will be here, and he will definitely be doing some talking and stuff in his booth of being able to help anybody get fitted correctly. He's a great guy, and we're excited to have him here.
Yeah, he is. The world record, Guinness Book of World Record holder too. And, he's such a nice guy. He can't help himself. You're going to be shooting and he's going to go, hey man, you're a little bit behind it. Or if you change your mount a little bit, or you move a little quicker on that target, hey, look, you got the ammo there. You just shoot with Dave, and there's going to be a line forming behind you as you're trying to pick up all these tips.
That's right. Yeah. And, not only from Dave, but, from the manufacturers themselves, that's part of their experience at DUX is, they send reps to the event to help aid the shooters. So if you're new to shooting and you want to learn more, while you're at the range shooting the new, M2, there's a Benelli rep standing right there next to you, kind of giving you pointers, talking through the gun, really helping it. So not only can you try out a new firearm, but you could become a better shooter while you're here too, and really get some extra experience.
What a great experience, and what a great opportunity to get hands-on with a lot of different guns and shoot them. So this weekend up there in Dallas-Fort Worth at the Texas Motor Speedway, the DUX Unlimited Expo. Logan, thanks for being on with us, man.
Thanks for having me. Really appreciate it.
All right. Well, you guys know what to do. Hopefully, if you're in driving distance of this thing, you can get out there and check it out. Sounds like a really good time. That's it for us. We'll see you guys next time on Gun Talk Nation. To see all of Gun Talk's content, go to guntalk.com, guntalktv.com, or sign up for the Gun Talk newsletter.